Today marks the second day of schools and government buildings being shut down in Springfield, Ohio, because of the lies that Donald Trump has told about Haitians eating cats and dogs there. Now, MAGA supporters have been calling in bomb threats. Kids are being evacuated from these schools. And when Donald Trump was asked about it today, well, he did what Donald Trump does, and he tried to pivot to the threat at the border.
The mayor of Springfield, Ohio, the police chief, the Republican governor of Ohio have all debunked this story about people eating pets. And now there are bomb threats at schools and kids being evacuated. Why do you still spread this false story?
The real threat is what's happening at our border, because you have thousands of people being killed by illegal migrants coming in and also dying. You have women dying as they come up. They're coming up in large groups. We call it a caravan. I think I came up with that name, but it's really what it is. 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 people.
No, Donald Trump did not come up with the term caravan. He did come up with using it as a lie to try to stoke fear and division amongst Americans and to rally up his base of completely ignorant supporters. And this is another instance of MAGA supporters being violent, calling in bomb threats, and putting Americans' lives at risk, like they've done throughout his campaign, his first campaign in 2015, like they did throughout his administration, and like they did, of course, on January 6th. So is this any surprise that Donald Trump is using political violence or Donald Trump and his supporters are using political violence, and then when Donald Trump is asked about it, he denies that that's actually a threat, denies that he's putting Americans in harm's way, and then blames it on the brown people. It's the same story over and over. That's why Donald Trump tried to pivot towards immigration nearly every time a question was asked of him during the debate. Now, Trump then doubled down on using these lies and potentially putting Americans' lives at risk when he said that he was going to deport the Haitians back to Venezuela.
No, I will. Maybe Springfield, maybe Aurora, maybe both. We'll go there. I can say this. We will do large deportations from Springfield, Ohio. Large deportations. We're going to get these people out. We're bringing them back to Venezuela. You know, he told Biden he's not accepting anybody back. They moved all their criminals. Not all of them, but the rest are moving in now.
Trump, of course, showing how little focus he has, saying that he's going to deport those people, those immigrants in Springfield, the Haitian immigrants, to Venezuela. Trump there making mistakes that prove he's both stupid and that he just can't focus on matters that are pretty damn important. Because again, people's lives are at risk now that he is spreading these lies and continues to spread the lies. And did you also catch there how he said Venezuela has sent all their criminals? I mean, not all of them. They're continuing to send their criminals because Donald Trump knows that stories like this, like his lies about eating cats and dogs, it only works for a little bit. That's why Trump needs there to be a flow of the violent criminal immigrants. That's why he caught himself and said, "Oh no, I mean, they didn't send all their criminals. They're still sending them." Right? He is going, this is his bread and butter with his base. He is going to continue lying about this regardless of schools having bomb threats, kids living in fear. I mean, let's not even talk about Donald Trump doing nothing on guns, right? In his own words, in the 4 years that he was president of the United States, doing nothing to help stop uh, kids living in fear. And let's go back to the border. This is the guy who demanded that his mega cult in Congress stopped a conservative border bill so that he could run on fear, the fear of immigrants. So Donald Trump continues to remind us that he, even though he's putting Americans' lives at risk, he's going to continue to lie about black and brown people so that his base will be scared and will vote for him, regardless of if that also means that there are extremists in his base who are going to call in bomb threats, who are going to make kids scared to death. Nah, that doesn't matter for Donald Trump. Donald Trump only gives a damn about himself.
You and I have known each other a long time. You may not remember it, but I do. I covered your first campaign for the United States Senate back in 1992. And Governor, I never thought, yes, it's a while ago, I never thought I would ask you a question like this. Is anyone with undocumented status in Ohio, is any legal citizen resident of Ohio eating dogs or cats illegally?
Well, Major, this is something that came up on the internet, and the internet can be quite crazy sometimes. And look, the mayor, Mayor Rue of Springfield, says no, there's no truth in that. They have no evidence of that at all. So I think we go with what the mayor says. He knows his city.
The mayor of Springfield, Ohio, is Mayor Rob Rue, and he joins us now. Mr. Mayor, thank you.
Hi, thank you. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Do me a favor. Give me your take on the status quo there right now, the nature of this threat, what you're hearing from communities. What has this national attention done?
Well, I'd like to answer that, but I'd like to first say Springfield is still beautiful, and your pets are safe in Springfield, Ohio. Safe. So what this has done is created a negative light, obviously, that we did not look for, we did not ask for. These claims they were just untrue, and we may mention that we just don't see reports of those. There's a lot of frenzy on the internet, but this is not what we're seeing.